I'm level 63, just now starting maps on my Witchhunter, and I wanted to share my findings of the first day for the Witchhunter with you guys. This is the current passive tree that you can see right here. Zealous Inquisition for the Ascendancy has been an absolute giga carry throughout the campaign. The pops have been extremely satisfying, and also the increased area of effect actually came in extremely handy. Then I decided to go for the Pitiless Killer, and I also do have my next ultimatum lined up for the third pair of Ascendancy points, which I'm going to put in Judge, Jury, and Executioner for the Decimating Strike. I think this triple combo of Decimating, Culling Strike, and the Zealous Inquisition is going to make mapping an absolute dream with a lot of pops and very satisfying. I'm very much looking forward to doing the ultimatum. I'm currently awake for more than 25 hours, so I'm not going to waste the ultimatum right now. Instead, I'm going to do it when I wake up again, when I'm fresh, because you only really get one chance per ultimatum that you find after you have done the first two, so I don't want to waste that one. Then for the passive tree, I have actually been extremely happy with how it went so far. I have started going this way right here for the cooldown reduction, got all the projectile damage around here. I thought I would go for the projectile damage here on the outside, and that would have been actually the better choice instead of going directly for the cooldown reduction. So definitely spend the 4 points here, the 4 points here, and then you are gonna go into the attribute here. This is going to make it very easy in terms of damage for the start of your journey. And then giga important is to path upwards from here and get the heart to kill and also the life regeneration. This way you are sustaining throughout bosses like crazy, and you're also getting close to this huge damage cluster right here for your crossbow. The colossal weapon gives you a lot of area of effect for your attacks, as well as the overwhelm giving you a lot of damage. You don't really care about the downsides here with the reduced attack speed, because we are blasting a lot of grenades. I'm going to go into the setup of the skills in a second, but next up on the passive tree, you go for this grenade cluster right here, moving over the movement speed right here, getting the other grenade cluster. This is going to enable a run and gun playstyle where you are shooting the grenades basically in front of your feet and then rolling over them, letting the mobs catch up to you and then explode the enemies. Then you go and take the cooldown recovery, moving down, and this cluster has come in extremely clutch. Here you can actually get a lot of attribute points per point spent, and also with polymathy, increased attributes while also getting increased damage for the lowest attribute. This here has given me the ability to not have to worry about any attributes whatsoever, and I could literally mix and match every sort of gear that I wanted. Also, all of the support gems were absolutely no problem to fulfill, and then I had the option to go for the repeating explosives here or the armor and evasion nodes right here, and then went into the area of effect. Then I started going for the elemental damage here and also for the cooldown reduction, and now I'm basically on my way towards the attack speed here, and I have some more stuff mapped out where I'm probably going to go and get the area of effect here. Although I'm not really a fan of the projectile speed that I'm getting here, I will have to see if I really want to end up going this way. There's also a note that I'm looking to maybe get is the catalysis with the physical damage from hits taken as damage of a random element. That is going to be really nice as soon as I have my resistances fixed, which is then going to swap, which is then going to convert fizz damage to ele damage, making it much more tanky in the first place. Then I think late game I'm going to go and path over the armor that is located around on the left side. Right here, maybe going through here, getting the armor right here, maybe also getting the area of effect that is around here on the way. We will have to see how that pans out, but that's already pretty into the late game. There's still a lot of points to spend over here before I even think about going to the left side. There's also a lot of attack damage with two-handed weapons right here, but then again, this is a lot of pathing for a lot of armor, of course, a lot of area of effect and area damage. But again, I'll probably stick to this side for now and see if I get my area of effect around here. Then for the skill gems, as you can see, I'm mainly playing Rapid Shot and Explosive Grenade, and I'm basically, during mapping, just using Explosive Grenade when it comes to clearing mobs. The Decimating Strike is going to come in extremely handy. It's going to make it much easier to map. The Cull is literally destroying everything, and the Zealous Inquisition goes even harder the more you're actually pulling. It's actually funny DPS right here for the Rapid Shot. For the Rapid Shot, I'm basically only ever using it on bosses whenever the explosive grenades are currently not available. For this, I have the Fresh Clip, Life Thief, and Ammo Conservation, which is basically making this a utility spell. I basically have Life Leech that I can use to regenerate in case I got hit earlier on, and the main portion of my damage is definitely the explosive grenade. Currently, I'm playing with Scatter Shot, Concentrated Effect, Primal Armament, and Payload. Payload is literally heaven on earth. It is going to make it is going to give you a total of 65% a chance of your explosive to trigger twice, the grenades, and it is such an amazing sound when it pops all the time. It is actually insane. I'm having a blast with the payload support. The only downside that you have to fix with the payload is that you now have to get a lot of cooldown recovery rate, because the payload reduces it by 70%. Right now, my cooldown is 1.97 on the explosive grenade, and that feels totally fine. On bosses, you will sometimes run into a moment where you don't have an explosive grenade, but this is exactly where the gas grenade and also the flash grenade come into play. The gas grenade and the oil grenade come into play, because the oil grenade is applying fire exposure instantly without any hoops to jump through. You will have the strip away, basically given. You will also have the strip away on here, basically increasing the fire exposure to minus 26% fire resistance on your targets. Extremely strong and a big increase in your damage. Together with the fire infusion, this is basically a free-for-all. I still need to change that one. And then you also have the gas grenade. And the gas grenade you basically have because the explosion triggered by the explosive grenades triggering the poison cloud, dealing 559 damage right now at level 14, which is actually insane. Then on top of that, I'm breaking the armor with the corrosion right here, and then having the bursting plague mainly for bosses to deal that much more percentage-based damage. Then we also have the Demolisher in here. I'm currently still finding out if this works really well with the corrosion. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work. We will have to see how this works out, but you could also just use +1 poison stacks here, for example. Then the flash grenade is actually really good for the campaign and bosses when you need to stagger them, because you're playing the flash grenade with overpower and also with maim, giving you a lot of CC, basically giving you a lot of stagger on demand, so that you can maybe skip one or two boss mechanics that you are afraid of, or that you maybe have a little bit of trouble with. Then I play Emergency Reload, which I basically never really use. This is probably going to make room for the cluster grenades that I'm going to be trying out tomorrow after I wake up. And then we have Leap Slam, because I'm leap slamming around the whole map all the time. War Banner, Herald of Ash with Vitality, Clarity, and Cannibalism. And I basically have the Herald of Ash up all the time. During the campaign, I didn't have the Cannibalism, and I was playing War Banner and Herald of Ash so that I could put down the War Banner every time I had a big opportunity of damage. For the gameplay, as I said earlier, you're basically, after around level 18 or so, just keep pressing explosive grenades, throwing them in front of you while you are running over them, kiting the monsters on top of the grenade, and then the grenades explode. After a short period of learning, you will actually have it figured out how far you can go. Sometimes you also need to stop so that the mobs can actually have enough time to catch up to you so that they can stand in the explosion of the explosive grenade. This is definitely something that comes with experience and with playing the build, and is actually something that gets extremely satisfying as soon as you figure it out. I had a blast min-maxing that because it is just so satisfying when you can finally start putting the explosive grenades down, rolling over the explosive grenades, and then all the monsters behind you literally explode like you could see on the screen right here. If you are interested in more Witchhunter gameplay, I am live on Twitch. The link is going to be down in the description below. And if you like content similar to this, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.